Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to another Division 2 build video. We're about to make low SHD players look and feel like top tier PvE gods.
I am the Messiah, Marvel Jesus.
Today we're going to dive into a build perfect for newer and low SHD players. But before we go any further, I want to take a moment of appreciation to everyone for all of your support. Most of you know that I've got a lot of personal stuff going on at the moment, and having such an amazing and supportive community around me is actually pretty unbelievable. So a massive thank you to all the members, subscribers, followers, viewers, and even you creepy lurkers.
I love you, you're so nice.
Now to the build. I know what you're thinking, running and gunning with a low level, unoptimized build sounds like a recipe for disaster, right? Well, stress less and look no further champions, because I've got you covered. As you might know, I've recently kicked off the Division 2 grind again here on PC, and this build's what's been carrying me. And no, I'm not sitting on a 10k SHD account with a fully optimized, fully expertise build preaching about what low level players should be using. I'm actually putting in the work on a low level PC account, so you know it's all legit. Now I have previously made a video on this build back in TU17. All the gear was optimized, but there was still no expertise on the build, and I was doing some insane running and gunning without using any skills. If you do want to check out that build video, I'll pop the link in the description. Now playing on a low level PC account, I've had to slowly work my way up through the difficulty ladder. But let me tell you, this build smashes through challenging and even heroic content from day one. Yeah, being low level can suck because you're missing a ton of stats from your SHD watch. Damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, armor, you name it, you're missing it. But guess what? This easy to make build compensates like a boss. Our main weapon's going to crank up both our weapon damage and our crits. Our gear set's going to stack even more of that sweet amplified damage. And our backpack, well, it's the icing on the cake. It's stacking even more damage while providing a ton of survivability, keeping us alive to run and gun through heroic content with all directives.
What did he say?
What's that? Heroic content with all directives at low SHD with a non-optimized build and zero expertise? You better believe it.
I don't believe you.
This build's not just amazing, it's a whole lot of bloody fun too. Righto, so welcome back to all you amazing subscribers, and if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If everyone can take a second to engage with the video, a like, a share, a comment, it's all going to help with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. Hitting a goal of 200 likes on this video would be amazing. If you do want to support me and the channel a little bit further, we've now got channel memberships. Click the join button below to see all the perks. And if you want to catch me live in action, jump on over and drop a follow on Twitch. All the links for all my other socials are in the description below. Righto champions, with all that said and done, let's jump in and check out this build. We're going to be rocking 5 reds, 2 blues, and 1 skill tier sitting at 1.1 million in armor. As you can see, the build's pretty straightforward. We're running 4 pieces of striker, Seska chest, and the Memento backpack. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward. Just running countdown a few times, I had most of this build pieced together. Before we get into the build, I did just want to quickly talk about our SHD watch. As you can see, I haven't spec'd into any crit hit chance or crit hit damage. I've done this on purpose to show how good this build actually is, even though you're missing 10% crit hit chance and 20% crit hit damage from your watch. We're missing a bunch of other stats as well, but the main one that really irritates me is ammo capacity. This can make that ammo hoarder directive a real pain. Depending how you personally want to spec into your watch while grinding to SHD 1000, you're going to unlock your stats a little bit differently, so your overall stats at the end may vary. For our specialization, honestly, in PvE for run and gun builds, it's got to be gunner. 10% armor on kill is just too good to overlook. Every third reload is also 50% faster. We're going to regenerate ammo every 60 seconds, and we also get an increased rate of fire by 5% for 5 seconds on kill. Now, the keen eye might have noticed that I've completely messed up here. I'm running an AR as my primary, and I haven't spec'd into it. I'm not perfect. This is a very easy one to overlook, so make sure you double check it. For our primary weapon, we're going to be using the exotic AR, the Chameleon. The RPM on this in combination with strikers is absolutely insane. It's got max AR damage, health damage, and we've still got that attribute of reload speed. If I had the resources, I'd be recrafting this multiple times until I get damage to targets out of cover. The talent's called Adaptive Instincts. Hitting 30 headshots grants plus 20% crit hit chance and 50% crit hit damage for 45 seconds. Hitting 75 body shots will give us 90% weapon damage for 45 seconds. And hitting 30 leg shots grants 150% reload speed for 45 seconds. All these buffs will refresh when you're out of combat. This is so handy when running and gunning your way through a mission. If you can clear an area fast enough, you're going to have these stacks active for basically the whole mission. For my secondary, I've got the Mop. I'm mainly running it to make it proficient, but it does have that armor on kill, and I've gone with preservation on it for even more armor on kill. Shotguns are always pretty handy to run with strikers as well, because each pellet's going to gain a stack of striker, meaning you can gain max stacks a lot faster. Righto, now for the gear on the build. First up is our Striker's Mask, and it's the first of 4 pieces. Striker's going to give us weapon handling, rate of fire, and Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. 1 stack's going to be lost every seconds between 0 and 50 stacks, and 2 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100 stacks. So if we do get to max stacks, we can get 65% amplified damage. As I said before, I haven't even optimized this build. We've got 14% weapon damage, we've got some crit hit chance, but we do have a max crit hit damage mod. For our chest piece, we've gone with 1 piece of Seska, mainly for that crit hit chance. I was very lucky with this one. This one actually dropped exactly how it is. Max weapon damage, crit hit chance, and we've got a crit hit damage mod. The only thing that I did to this was re-roll that talent to Obliterate. Critical hits can increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, and this can stack 25 times, so that's 25% amplified damage. As you do begin to upgrade and optimize your build, you might want to change from a Seska chest to a Grupo or even Fenris. But for now, this is what I'm using. For our holster, it's going to be our second piece of Striker. We have actually maxed out the armor on this, and we've got some crit hit chance. For the knee pads, it's our third piece of Striker. We have rolled up the weapon damage on this, and the crit hit chance is 0.1% off max. Was pretty lucky with this one. The gloves are going to be our fourth and final piece of Strikers. I haven't actually touched these ones, so they're pretty terrible. We've got 10.5% weapon damage and 4.9% crit hit chance. For our backpack, this is the icing on the cake. It's the exotic Memento, one of my favorite exotics in the game. Unfortunately, when it comes to our backpack, I don't yet have the resources to waste to optimize it. So we are lacking a little bit of weapon damage, armor, but we do have a skill tier, and we've gone with a crit hit damage mod. The talent here is called Kill Confirmed. Enemies you kill will drop trophies on death. Collecting the trophies provide both short-term and long-term buffs, and the short-term buffs do scale with our core attributes. So on this setup, each trophy is going to give us 25% weapon damage. We're going to get 20% bonus armor and 5% skill efficiency. Once we've collected 30 trophies, our long-term buffs are going to be 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. Don't sleep on this item. This exotic backpack is absolutely amazing. It's what's going to give us the confidence and the ability to run and gun through heroic content with all directives pretty easily. So that's going to cover the guns and the build. Now when it comes to your skills, it's player preference, but being low SHD, I definitely feel like the shield is worth using. It's another item that I don't have any attachments for, so it is going to be lacking. For our second skill, it's got to be the Assault Drone. It's going to take NPC aggro, and it does decent damage along with the Memento trophies. I definitely encourage you all to try out different skills and see what works for you and your playstyle, and let me know in the comments how you go. Righto champions, it is now fine print time, so let's check out our stats. We are sitting at 52.1% crit hit chance. Obviously this is going to change the more we optimize our build. Now, don't be alarmed, we are sitting at 73% crit hit damage, but that's okay. We're low SHD and we haven't bothered optimizing our build. Also, the great thing about this setup is that the Chameleon is going to increase both our weapon damage, our crit hit chance, and our crit hit damage. Once you get to the point where your Shade Watch is completely maxed out and you do optimize your build, your stats are going to be a lot different. On my previous version of this build where I ran no skills, we've got 52.5% crit hit chance and 132% crit hit damage. So once we gain our chameleon stacks, we're going to get to our 60% crit hit chance cap, and we're going to get over 130% crit hit damage. This is solid, considering on top of that, we're going to get obliterate stacks, and we're also going to get the striker stacks, and then memento on top of all that as well.
That's a lot of damage!
So that's the build, champions. My low SHD certified run and gun PvE build for absolutely rinsing heroic content with all directives. Our SHD watch level might be low, our attribute rolls might be lacking, and we've got 0 expertise. But guess what? We're still out here dishing up a massive amount of damage, tanking hits like a boss, and running and gunning all day long. And the best part about all of this is we're having a lot of bloody fun. So, what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and have a crack at this build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. Thanks for tuning in, champions, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and giving them hell, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.